Hi friends, welcome back to EduHub Abhilasha. Thank you for your continuous support friends on my previous videos. I am very sorry friends for the delay in uploading videos as I am also in my preparing phase for NEET PG. I would also like to give you all a very warm wishes for the new year friends. So basically this is the image based session for FMGE 2023. So I hope this video helps you. So friends, beginning with the first image, you can see this is the image of National Health Mission, right? It was given in the year 2013. It includes both NRHM, which is National Rural Health Mission, and NUHM, which is National Urban Health Mission. It is under the Ministry of Health and Welfare of Family by Government of India. It has three major targets, which includes to reduce MMR, which is maternal mortality rate, less than 100 per lakh live birth, right? Then infant mortality rate less than 25 per thousand live birth, and to maintain the TFR, which is total fertility rate, of 2.1. So this is about the National Health Mission. Coming on to the next image, this image is for Ayushman Bharat program, right? So main points regarding this which you need to know is that it provides a coverage of 5 lakh per family per annum for secondary and tertiary care across public and private impaneled hospitals, right? It covers more than 50 crore population in below poverty line. It subsumes other national health protection schemes, right? And you should also know that it has a target of achieving 1.5 lakh plus health and wellness shelters, which should be established under this program. And one more important point which you should remember in this program is that it has replaced the RSBY, which was Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana by Congress government. So this is actually by the BJP government, right? So this is all about Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Now coming to the next program, which is National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. It is the new name for revised National Tuberculosis Program with a new logo. This is the new logo for this, so it's important. And you should also remember that category 1 and 2 are treated with same regimen, that is HRZE 2-month intensive phase plus HRE 4 months continuous phase, right? So this is important National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. Next image is of DOTS, right? DOTS full form stands for Directly Observed Treatment Short Course, right? It includes incentives which are for patients 500 per month, then chest X-ray and CB-NAT test in diagnosis, daily regimens and fixed dose combinations, active case finding, drug resistant TB treatment. So this is for DOTS. So friends, talking about NIKSHI, right? So you might be wondering that what is NIKSHI? It is basically the online tool for monitoring and surveillance of TB control program. This is basically app which is used to monitor the TB control program, and it is also launched by Modi government, right? So friends, this program is ICDS, and heart of ICDS is Anganwadi, right? It comes under Ministry of Women and Child Health Development, right? And one Anganwadi center is for 300 to 800 population in hills and per 400 to 800 population in plains, right? So this is all about ICDS. So now coming to the other images of pediatrics, right? Here what you is seeing is it is of Infantometer, and it is used to measure the length up to 2 years age, right? This is Salter's scale, which is used to measure weight in ICDS activities, right? And this, which you all may be familiar with, this is the image of Shaker's tape, which is used to assess malnutrition, right? And you may know that it has like red, green and yellow, right? Green is like it is normal, and red is like child is severely malnourished, and yellow is for moderate malnourishment, right? So these are the ICDS growth charts. It is used to assess malnutrition in ICDS, and upper curve is for 50th percentile for boys, and lower curve is for 3rd percentile for girls, and green zone is also known as road to health, right? So these are the various ICDS growth charts. So coming on to the Poshan Abhiyan. So Poshan Abhiyan is a multi-ministerial convergence mission, right, with the vision to ensure attainment of malnutrition free India by 2022. It comes under the Ministry of Women and Child Development through Anganwadi centers, right? So it is about Poshan Abhiyan, right? So coming to the midday meal scheme, this is the image of midday meal scheme, and main points regarding this is it comes under the HRD ministry, which is the Human Resource and Development Ministry. In this, 1/3 calories and half proteins of daily requirement is provided, and 100 gram and 150 gram of cereals to primary and upper primary children is provided respectively. Means 100 grams to primary and 150 to upper primary children is provided. So this is all about midday meal scheme. Now this is the logo of National Family Planning Program, right? This logo has been set in use for the National Family Program, and you can see what is written here, Jodi Zimmedar Jo Plan Kare Parivar, right? So this is all about National Family Planning Program. Now this is very important, Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, right? You can see mother and baby image together here. It includes free diagnostics, free drugs, free delivery, free diet, free blood transfusion, free delivery as its components, right? It also includes provision of newborn care corner, newborn stabilization unit, a special newborn care unit, and home based newborn care under this program. Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram. Now, this is the image for National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, right? Most common vector-borne disease is malaria, right? Most common viral vector-borne disease is dengue. Most common arboviral viral-based disease is dengue, right? You can see the mosquito biting here, right? So this image can be self-predictory for National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. So this image is of NLEP, National Leprosy Elimination Program, right? It includes uniform multi-drug therapy for all patients, 3 drug regimens: dapsone, rifampicin, clofazimine, right? NIKSHI, it means ICT based online tracking and surveillance system for leprosy patients in NLEP. MDT regimens, this is the green color blister pack for paucibacillary adult treatment, and this is the pink color or red color which is for multibacillary adult treatment. So this was of National Leprosy Elimination Program. So this program is for National AIDS Control Program, NACO. You can also see the red ribbon commonly given on, I think, 1st of December is AIDS Day. You may all have seen this, and first case in India was in 1986, Chennai, right? And ART initiated now irrespective of CD4 count, you may already have known, and is screening by ERS battery, which is ELISA, rapid and simple tests, right? So this was about NACO, and it comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, right? So this was about NACO. Now you can see the Suraksha clinic logo, which is like a plus and red dot in between. Most people confuse it with the Red Cross, but remember that it has red dot also in between, and the kits used are kit 1 gray color urethral discharge cervicitis, kit 2 is green color which is for vaginitis, kit 3 white color genital ulcer, kit 4 blue for again genital ulcers, and kit 5 red genital ulcers, kit 6 yellow lower abdominal pain PID, kit 7 for black scrotal swelling, right? So these were the kits and image for Suraksha clinic, right? Now coming to Mission Indradhanush, right? You can see the logo here, and it includes 100% coverage for 11 vaccine preventable diseases by 2020 through catch-up campaigns, right? TB, polio, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, hepatitis B, measles, rotavirus, measles rubella, IPV, J, right? And the switch, you must know that now in our national immunization program, we have switched from trivalent OPV to bivalent OPV, right? National Switch Day of India was 25th April 2016. Switch from trivalent OPV. Now we have done to bivalent OPV, which is P1 and P3, right? So friends, here you are seeing the image of vaccine vial monitor, right? here you can see the central square and outer circle, right? When the central square is lighter than the surrounding circle, then it is good to utilize, and if the central square is equal to or darker than the surrounding circle, like here and here, then we discard the vaccine and we don't utilize it. So friends, this is the ice lined refrigerator used to maintain the cold chain for vaccine, and here you can see it is the dial thermometer used to measure temperature, and here it is the stem thermometer, alcohol stem thermometer used to measure temperature in cold chain. So this were about cold chain and ILR. Now you can see cold chain for vaccines, how it is maintained, like ice pack. This is the ice pack, and in between these two holes the vaccines are kept, right? And these are the vaccine carriers which are used to carry vaccine. You must remember that 16 to 20 vaccine vials can be carried, located at the levels sub-center or village. 4 ice packs can be stored in this, right? So this is the image for National Program for Control of Blindness and Visual Impairment. You can see the logo here, and it includes following. Blindness means vision less than 3/16 best eye with best possible correction. Most common cause cataract, more than refractive errors. Remember, cataract is more common cause of blindness than refractive errors. Prevalence is 0.36%. You can ignore this. Vision 2020 India includes right to sight initiative to eliminate all causes of avoidable blindness. And you should also remember that in school, one teacher per 150 students, and when referral is there when vision is less than 6/9. So this is all about National Program for Control for Blindness and Visual Impairment. This initiative is Anemia Mukt Bharat, in which there is a strategy of 6 beneficiaries, 6 interventions, and 6 institutional mechanism, and adolescent girls are given the iron tablets, and pregnant females are also included in this. They are also given the iron tablets so that India can achieve the goal of Anemia Mukt Bharat. This is the image of National Program for Prevention and Control of Diabetes, Cardiovascular Diseases and Stroke, right? In this, health promotion, opportunity screening, referral, diagnosis and management of non-communicable diseases are done. So this is the logo of Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Matritva Abhiyan Yojana, right? It includes free antenatal care checkups on 9th of every month by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of Government of India, right? So Surakshit Matritva Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan Yojana. So these are the other logos. Just remember about like National Health Insurance. This was RSBY Yojana. Now it Ayushman Bharat has replaced this RSBY Yojana. It is still followed in Congress ruled government states, and this is for National Tobacco Control Program. You can see here flower is being holded instead of cigarette, right? And this is INAP, Indian Newborn Action Plan, and Baby Friendly Hospital. You can ignore these two, right? Now coming on to the Arogya Setu app, right? You may all know about this already, as it was launched against to control COVID-19, right? And whenever you are traveling and from one state or from one place to another, government of India has advised to download this Arogya Setu app so that it can know and track the COVID related issues and patients in your nearby area, right? Coming on to the Employee and State Insurance Act 1940 by Ministry of Labor. Contribution, it's very important. Employer is 3.25% of wages, employee is 0.75% of wages. Sickness benefit is for 91 days, 70% of wages. Extended sickness benefit is for 2 years, 80% of wages. Maternity benefit 26 weeks, 100% wages. So this was all about Employee State Insurance Act. Now in this image it is of NREGA, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. It was launched by Congress government, commonly known as MNREGA, and it includes providing more than 100 days of employment per year, maximum one member per BPL family, and unskilled manual labor, right? So this image is for National Disaster Response Force. National Disaster Response Force, the chairperson for this is Prime Minister. Nodal ministry includes Home Affairs. This disaster response force comes under the Home Ministry, and nodal center is district. World Disaster Reduction Day, you may remember, or like 13th October. Don't put much stress to remember this date, right? Now this is the disaster management cycle, right? It includes first preparedness, then response, then recovery, then mitigation, right? So this is the disaster management cycle. For health and medical relief, primary phase 0 to 6 hours, in which first stage is given medical care. Then secondary follow-up 6 to 24 hours, transportation, sanitation, immunization. Tertiary cleanup, food, clothing, shelter, social services, and rehabilitation. So these were all about the disaster management cycle. It includes what preparedness, then disaster comes, then response, recovery, and mitigation, right? So this is the Ujala scheme. Ujala scheme is by Ministry of Power, Government of India. Distribution of LEDs, affordable and subsidized prices, right? So this is all about Ujala scheme. Then you see Ujwala scheme, right? Remember, Ujala is this and Ujwala is this, right? So it includes Pradhan Mantri Ujwala Yojana by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, right? Free LPG connections to BPL families and gas cylinders at subsidized rate. You may have seen the ads like subsidy and all. So this comes under Petroleum Ministry, right? Now this is also very important. It is Ujala Yojana, a comprehensive scheme for prevention of trafficking, rescue, and rehabilitation and reintegration of victims and trafficking, and commercial sexual exploitation by Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India. So this is the logo of AYUSH, Department of Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopath, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy. It is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare by Government of India. Now these are very important. Indian Standards Institution. The ISI mark is standards compliance for industrial products. All industrial products are certified by ISI. Then FSSAI, it is for certifying all the food products and like restaurant and all which opens. This certification of FSSAI is mandatory for all the new restaurants, and it is responsible for protecting and promoting public health through the regulation of supervision of food safety. Now this logo is of AgMark. AgMark is a certification mark employed on agriculture products in India, assuring that they conform to set of standards. And this is the logo of Bureau of Indian Standards. BIS is the national standard of body of India, established under BIS Act 2016, right? And it monitors the development of activities of standardization, marketing and quality of basically different marketing of goods and everything, certification. These all are monitored by Bureau of Indian Standards. Now these two, you must know, he is Sir Edward Jenner, who coined the term vaccine, right? He developed the first vaccine, which was smallpox, right? And he is Sir James Lind. He worked on scurvy and natural naval hygiene. So you may be well known with this figure. He is Sir Louis Pasteur, father of microbiology. He was a French microbiologist. He invented vaccines like cholera, anthrax, rabies. He also invented method of pasteurization. He disapproved the theory of spontaneous generation of disease given by Aristotle. He gave the germ theory of disease, right? Now he is Sir John Snow, right? Father of modern epidemiology, right? So friends, now coming on to epidemiological triad and epidemiological triangle, right? So epidemiological triad includes agent, host and environment, just three things. And triangle, just you have to remember that agent, host and environment is already there, and it also includes the time factor, right? So this was about epidemiological triad and epidemiological triangle. Now this is the web of causation theory, which was given by Sir McMahon and Pugh. Now this is the multifactorial causation theory given by Pettenkofer, right? This is the spelling mistake here. It is Pettenkofer, right? So there is the disease which is shown here by effect, and there are multiple causes, right? Like social factor, economic factor, cultural factor, psychological factor and genetic factor of the disease, right? Now here you are seeing iceberg phenomenon, right? You may already be familiar with iceberg phenomenon, that it includes the uh, visible and invisible. Invisible are like diseases like hypertension and diabetes. They are in the society, in the people, but they do not present. They may be present as asymptomatic patients, and here the visible part of peak may be already diagnosed cases like COVID-19 cases, etc. Now you know that these two are population pyramid. This is population pyramid of developing countries like India, and this is of a developed country like USA, right? So it is developed country has spindle shaped, and developing country has a pyramid. Now coming on to the images of contraception. This is the male condom, right? This is the today's sponge. Its efficacy is very low, friends. It is 9 to 20 per HWI. Then it is female condom. It has 2 rings. You may already know its efficacy is 5 to 21 per HWI. And friends, female condom is basically needed assistance to use, so it is not used much. And this is like vaginal diaphragm. Both the sponge and diaphragm have low efficacy, so they are not used much as contraceptives. So this is the lips loop, and first it is the first generation IUCD. Highest failure among IUCD is of lips loop. You can see the loop like figure. This is CUT 380A. 380A is the 380 millimeter square of the copper here, right? You can see, and the shelf life for this is 10 years, right? And this image is of Mirena, right? It is the third generation IUCD, levonorgestrel medicated IUCD. It's whole white, you can see the difference. And these all are contraceptive tablets. Like this is Chaya Centproman tablets, also known as Saheli, once a week pill. Then here you can see it is Antra. Antra is IM injectable hormonal contraceptives, right? And then you have Mala N and Mala D, which are combined oral contraceptive pills, right? USP and Lancer regime. Ethinyl estradiol is 30 microgram, and levonorgestrel is 150 microgram in these two, right? And 7 tablets of ferrous sulfate, which is 60 mg, right? So these are both Mala N and Mala D, both have same contents, right? Coming on to the biomedical waste, right? So biomedical waste, in yellow we throw all the human anatomical waste like placenta, and then we throw several dressing materials, beddings, cotton waste, pathological wastes, right? In red, all the infectious wastes, right? Like IV set, syringe without needles. Remember, without needles syringe is in red, and with needles, since white is used to throw sharp instruments, right? So syringe with needles is thrown in white. Blades, scalpels, all white contains all sharp, blue contains glass materials, right? So broken glass, ampules, lap slides, nails, etc. Everything comes under blue, glass and implants, basically metals. White contains all sharp. Red red contains infectious materials, right? One thing also you must remember, that red also contains all type of gloves are thrown in red, right? Whether soiled or non-soiled. And R for red, R for rubber, right? So all the like tubes, rubber tubes and urine bag are thrown in red. And yellow, remember yellow, in yellow there is one discrepancy, that we throw blood bag in yellow and urine bag in red. You can remember urine contains R, so it is thrown in red, right? You may know some of the World Health Organization. This is the image of World Health Organization. This is the logo of UNICEF. This is the logo of UN, right? UN has headquarters in New York. Then World Health headquarters is in Geneva. Then UNICEF has also in New York headquarters. Then there is in World Bank, you can see this is the logo. Then International Red Cross. Remember, don't confuse it with Suraksha Clinic. Suraksha Clinic has a dot here, and here Red Cross headquarters is in Geneva. Then Food and Agricultural Organization has headquarters in Rome, and here ILO has headquarters in Geneva. So remember, all those whose name starts with UN, right, has headquarters in New York. UN, like UN, United Nations, UNAIDS, everything has headquarters in New York. World Health Headquarters, you will always remember, it's in Geneva. So these were about the various organizations. So friends, coming on to the various mosquitoes, you can see the Anopheles mosquito, which lies at the angle. You can see the Aedes mosquito. Basically 4 mosquitoes you must know. This is the Anopheles lying at the angle, right? This is the Aedes mosquito, which has full white strips on the body. Then you can see this is the Culex mosquito, right? It is like brown color, and it is not sitting at an angle. And here you can see this is the Mansonia, right? Mansonia is a vector for Brugian filariasis, sparklings on legs and wings, right? But here you can see that Aedes has full white strips on the body, but this is not in the Mansonia. And Culex is also like this, but Anopheles, but Anopheles sits at an angle. Culex does not sit at an angle, right? So these were of the mosquitoes. Now coming on to the rash of measles, you can see the measles rash here, and coplic spots in measles. You can see in mouth how the coplic spots comes. And vaccine strain of measles is Admonstrans jackdrop stain. Then you can see the stain of chicken pox, right? You can see the centripetal distribution of rash, and incubation period is 14 to 21 days. And you all know the varicella zoster virus causes this, and vaccine strain is Oka strain. And dewdrop petal bodies like lesions are seen here. And in this chicken pox is normally people are asymptomatic after 7 days, and treatment of choice is acyclovir. You can see here the image of Horrocks apparatus, which is used for estimate the chlorine demand. and here you can see the image of chloroscope, which is used to measure the free residual chlorine in water. You can see this is the image of Bitot spot, which is seen in vitamin A deficiency. Here you can see the image of neuroletharism caused due to khesri dal toxin is BOAA, which is known as beta oxalyl aminoalanine, and here you can see the golden rice, which is genetically modified crop rich in iron and beta, right? Now this is the image of dental fluorosis. You can see normal teeth, then mild fluorosis, moderate fluorosis, and severe fluorosis. Then this is the radiation hazard, right? And this is the biohazard. You may have seen radiation hazard in front of x-ray rooms and all, when you might have gone to get your x-ray done. Then here it is non-ionizing radiations, right? So this is the image of non-ionizing radiations. Now this is the image of histogram. It is used to measure the continuous data, right? Here you can see the image of frequency polygon, in which we take lines through midpoint of the histogram and we draw the frequency polygon, and here you can see the frequency curve, right? Now you going to the bar charts, you see here this is the simple bar chart. Here all data are discrete, and here you can see multiple bar chart, right? 1 2 3 1 2 3, then these are all multiple bar charts. And you can see here this is the component bar chart, in which there is various component of data described in one bar chart itself. So these were all about bar charts. This is about the line diagram, right? So it shows the cyclical trend, and this is the ogive, which respects the cumulative frequency, and here you can see the scatter diagram, right? Now this is the stem and leaf plot, this is funnel plot, this is forest plot, and this is the box and whisker plot. This is pie chart, right? So with this I end the image based session part 1. I hope this video was helpful to you. In the next part I will make a video again for more images, and please keep watching friends. EduHub Abhilasha, and thank you for supporting always. Thank you so much friends.